Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine a place, a traditional market, really famous for its quality animals. Generations of trust built up.
Right, a solid reputation.
Exactly. Now, picture that reputation becoming, well, the central piece in a huge cyber fraud. That's what we're diving into today. We're looking at this scam, the Ajmer goat farm scam. And it's fascinating because it's not just about goats, not really. It's about how even these really established local economies are vulnerable online.
Yeah.
So our mission here is simple. Dig into the sources, understand how this fraud worked, the impact it had, and importantly, what it teaches all of us about, being careful online.
And what's so insightful here, I think, beyond just the money involved, is how that very specific local reputation for quality, how it could be weaponized so effectively on a national scale, online.
Weaponize is a good word for it.
It really is. This wasn't some generic scam. It felt almost like, well, social engineering, using that trust. And it forces us to ask, how do we protect ourselves? Especially when the line between the physical market, the real deal, and the online copy, when it gets so blurry.
It's getting blurrier all the time.
It is. And the scale here, we should mention that, over 3,160 complaints filed, losses topping 2.7 crore. That's, around 325,000 US dollars. It really hammers home the need for maybe a smarter kind of skepticism online.
Right. Okay, so here's where it gets really interesting and honestly a bit disturbing. Our sources actually called this the goatee of all scams. And yeah, you can see why. We are talking about that 2.7 crore fraud, all linked back to these, well, fake goat farms in Ajmer, India, and complaints, not just local. They poured in from all over the country.
Hired over.
And you might wonder, okay, but why Ajmer? What's so special about Ajmer that scammers picked that name?
It's got that history, right?
Exactly. For centuries, Ajmer's been famous for its Bakra Mandi, its traditional goat market. And it's not just any market, it's a major hub, supplies high-quality goats across India, even exports them, places like Dubai.
Wow. Internationally, too.
Yeah. And the goats themselves, they have this reputation. They graze in the hills there, eat natural herbs. Locals swear it makes the meat better, the animals healthier. It's this deep-rooted thing.
A unique selling point, almost.
Totally. And demand just skyrockets during Bakra Eid, the festival of sacrifice. Everyone wants the best goats then. So it's this trusted market, huge reputation, real emotional connection for buyers.
And if you connect that to the bigger picture, this sheer cleverness, maybe insidious cleverness of the scammers, it was latching onto that reputation. Ajmer's earned it over generations.
Right. Decades, centuries even.
They didn't need to build anything new. They just had to sort of mimic the trusted source.
Yeah.
They understood the psychology. People go to Ajmer, or think they're dealing with Ajmer, for quality, especially for the festival.
So they hijacked the trust.
Precisely. Hijacked it. And their method, the modus operandi, it was, well, deceptively simple, but really effective. They used online ads, social media posts, created these really compelling profiles.
Not just grainy photos, I assume.
No. Sources say high-res pictures, videos even, showcasing what look like healthy premium goats, the right breeds, pastoral settings, everything to reinforce that Ajmer image.
Maybe fake reviews, too.
Fake testimonials, maybe
Got
some
it.
urgency tactics, limited stock for Eid, special discount, that kind of thing. It was all about creating this digital illusion.
To lure people in.
Exactly. Lure in everyone from families buying one goat to big livestock contractors needing many, get them to make advance payments online.
For goats that just didn't exist.
Never existed, or at least were never delivered by them. The whole setup was designed to look legit, feel safe, right up until the money was transferred. Then, poof, gone.
It's chilling how simple it sounds, yet so effective. Just piggybacking on trust with a web page and some photos. So, okay, the scam happens. Thousands of people realize they've been had. No goat, money gone. What happens next? How do the authorities even start to tackle this kind of digital mess?
Well, the central coordinating body in India, the Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, the I4C, they got flooded with these complaints.
I bet.
Yeah. So they handed the whole lot over to the Ajmer police. They're the ones on the ground, supposedly.
And are they doing anything? Or is it just paperwork?
No. Seems like real steps are being taken. Our sources say they've already frozen several bank accounts tied to these scams. That's a big first step, cutting off the money flow.
Okay, good.
And you have key figures involved, like Hanuman Singh. He's the deputy SP of Ajmer Cyber Police. He confirms they sent out letters to police stations basically saying, go check if these farms are real. Boots on the ground verification.
So physically checking addresses.
Presumably. And the Ajmer SP, Vandita Rana, She's ordered any illegal farms to be shut down. Apparently, the Delhi cyber cell even shared names of known fraudulent farms. So it looks like a coordinated effort is underway.
A multi-agency thing, trying to untangle it all.
Exactly, trying to get to the bottom of it.
But is it working smoothly?
Well, this is where it gets fascinating and, frankly, challenging from a law enforcement perspective. Despite the huge number of complaints from all over India,
Yeah.
the Rajasthan police, sources say, haven't yet registered specific FIRs, those first information reports, that kickstart a formal criminal case against the unregistered goat farms.
Unregistered ones, why the distinction?
It seems to point to a gap, maybe a legal or procedural one. How do you quickly pin down criminal liability for a farm that isn't officially registered, might be transient, doesn't have proper papers? It's harder than going after a registered business.
Ah, so it's not necessarily inaction, but the system struggling to adapt.
That seems to be the implication. It shows how these new types of fraud, mixing old industries like farming with cyber tricks, can kind of slip through the cracks in existing legal frameworks. Verifying these places is tough.
And where are these unregistered farms popping up?
Sources mention they've sprung up along main roads, Sikar Road, Pushkar Road, outskirts of Ajmer. Just sort of appeared.
Which makes them harder to track and regulate, I guess?
Absolutely. It creates this fog. Hard to tell the legit from the fake, especially for buyers far away. And that unregulated environment, that's perfect breeding ground for scams like this. It intensifies scrutiny on everyone, even the honest farmers.
That distinction, register versus unregistered, it sounds like a real headache for the police. But you mentioned the honest farmers. This isn't just about police work or lost money, is it?
Not at all.
It's hitting the reputation hard, Ajmer's whole identity, almost.
Definitely. We're hearing from actual legitimate goat farmers there. People like Akhtar Hussain from the Biwar Road, Bakra Mandi.
What are they saying?
They're really concerned, saying this scam is doing serious damage to the district's reputation. That reputation built over centuries for those unique, free-grazing goats, the ones eating herbs on the hills.
The very thing the scammers exploited.
Exactly. So it's hitting the genuine businesses, the ones built on actual trust and quality. Imagine you build something for generations and then online fraud just tarnishes it.
That's incredibly unfair. And you said officials think the 3,160 complaints might just be the start.
Yeah, the tip of the iceberg warning. Think about it, how many people maybe felt too embarrassed to report or didn't know how.
Right. Especially if they're in a completely different state, maybe don't speak the local language well, or just feel helpless against online crime.
Precisely. So the true scale could be, well, significantly larger.
Which brings us back to the individual, doesn't it? To us, to the listener.
It really does. And it raises that crucial question for you listening right now. How often do we just assume something's legit because of a famous name, like Ajmer, or because the website looks good, without doing that basic homework?
We all do it sometimes. It's easy to.
It is. But the police appeal was clear. Don't send advance payments online without checking things like farm registrations, ownership records. It sounds like basic advice, maybe, but
In the moment, chasing a good deal or trusting a name.
it gets skipped.
Yeah.
And it applies to almost any online deal, not just buying livestock. Are you verifying the actual seller or just buying into the brand image they're projecting?
A really critical distinction.
And the investigations are ongoing, trying to map out the networks behind this. Because this usually isn't just one person. It's often organized, sophisticated operations exploiting gaps.
Yeah. So this whole deep dive into the Ajmer goat scam,
Yeah.
it really just shows how fast cybercrime evolves, how it can latch on to these really trusted systems. Even something as old school as a traditional animal market, it's a huge reminder that even those respected established markets, they need modern protections. And for us, our own vigilance, that pause before you click buy or pay, that's like our main defense, really.
It is. The digital world gives us amazing convenience, amazing access, but yeah, it demands a higher level of discernment from all of us. And if we connect this back to the bigger picture, what this case really underscores is that need for constant digital literacy. And maybe more than literacy, just good critical thinking in all our online dealings.
So next time you see a great offer online.
Exactly. Especially if it's leveraging a famous name, a trusted reputation. Ask yourself, what does verification actually mean here? Is a quick Google search enough?
Probably not.
Probably not. What more could you do? Did you make a call? Look for independent reviews, not just testimonials on their site. Find a physical address on a map. Maybe even ask for a quick video call to see the actual product or setup.
Taking that extra step.
Taking that extra step. Just something more to confirm legitimacy before you commit your money, before you potentially become another statistic in a scam like this. That moment of pause,
Yeah.
that informed skepticism, it's more valuable now than ever.